Hello again, everyone. Edwin Leary back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. We'll be talking about Uranus Sextile or Trine, the North Node in a natal chart. Now, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects in the natal chart. They're a little bit concise. Some people may have referred to them as snappy, so what I decided to do was make another series on them, in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is, if you have these aspects in your natal chart, or one of these aspects, I should say, you may easily find the inspiration, which is Uranus, to develop the attributes associated with the North Node placement. Now, let's say, for example, if you have the North Node in Sagittarius, it may be easy for you to have that inspiration to develop very positive attributes, being expansive, enthusiastic, optimistic, exuberant, and philosophical. Being that incorrigible optimist, being very expansive as some examples. And also, too, these aspects can be auspicious for forward-moving energy, which is Uranus, toward your objectives, which is the North Node. Now, if the North Node is in Aquarius, as an example, those objectives may be connected with humanitarian, altruistic work or endeavors, astrology, astronomy, computers, electronics, innovation, aviation, meteorology, or rocket science, even as some examples. Also, too, these aspects can indicate easily balancing friendships, which is Uranus, and those that may be prominent in your future, which is the North Node. So it's about being able to easily balance, the time and energy with friendships and those that can play an integral role in your future. Now, let's say, for example, if the North Node, is in Capricorn, it could be where the future may be tied in just simply attaining career ambitions, something connected with politics, the government, business, architecture, construction, dentistry, accounting, information technology, masonry, timekeeping as some examples. Also, too, friendships, which is Uranus, can be beneficial to your future and destiny, which is the North Node. Now, let's say, if the North Node is in Aries, as an example, your future and destiny may be tied in. It could be work involving the military, maybe attaining some leadership position, maybe doing something associated with carpentry or welding, arson investigation, work that involves fire, law enforcement, sports, could even be more specifically combat sports, such as judo, karate, or boxing as some examples, or even doing something connected with speech pathology or physiology. Also, too, these aspects can manifest where, being altruistic, selfless, ingenious, independent, and progressive, which is Uranus, may be advantageous to where you are moving toward, which is the North Node. Now, if the North Node is in Gemini, as an example, where you're moving toward, it can simply be being more versatile, adaptable, dexterous, being able to see, manifold viewpoints, because keep in mind, if the North Node is in Gemini, the South Node is in Sagittarius in the natal chart, and Sagittarius is more about homing in on one particular belief or philosophy, and the North Node in Gemini is about more, being directed toward, manifold beliefs and philosophies. And also to friends, groups, clubs, and organizations, which is Uranus, can be helpful in what you're learning and aspiring to be, which is the North Node. Now, if the North Node is in Taurus, as an example, what you're learning and aspiring to be, maybe about being persistent, persevering, patient, trustworthy, about being self-reliant, generating your own income, because remember, when you have the North Node in Taurus, you would have the South Node in Scorpio, and the South Node is what we're going away from. The South Node in Scorpio is more about the support from others and shared resources scenarios. So, and also to those same people, which is the Uranus, which is friends, can also be helpful in issues that need to be addressed and confronted at some point in time, which is the North Node. Now, if you have, say, going to the North Node in the zodiac sign Cancer, as an example, excuse me, there may be, issues that have to be addressed and confronted, connected with the home or the family, or matters with introversion, safety and security, protection. It may even be, involving like that latter part of one's life. It could be issues involving, sensitivity, some, issues involving even laundry or plumbing, some basic examples. Now, also to the second half of one's life, which is the North Node, may be a period in which you may easily express selflessness and altruism, which is Uranus. Now, the thing about this is, let's say if Uranus is in Pisces, as an example, one may express selflessness and altruism, toward those that are less fortunate than oneself, such as the homeless, the impoverished, the oppressed, and the hungry. Uranus in Aquarius may express altruism and selflessness. It could be through astrology or doing some kind of assistance connected with computers or electronics, such as computer or electronic repair. And also, too, these aspects can also indicate a little difficulty in terms of finding that freedom, which is Uranus, to pursue the path you need to go in, which is the North Node. Now, if the North Node is in Leo, as an example, the path you may need to go and may be tied in with entertainment or performing. It may be, attention-seeking ventures, things you do in which you may be lauded and praised for, getting accolades, notoriety, recognition for what you do. As some examples, if the North Node is in Virgo, as another example, the path you may need to go in may be tied in with something, work, employment related, something related to servicing others, maybe something connected with analysis or diagnosing things such as a vehicle, as vehicles, I should say, as an example. And also to, people in, Uranus related fields may be beneficial to your mission and purpose, which is the North Node. Now, Uranus-related fields can cover a wide divergence of things, whether it would be, it could be astrologers, astronomers, computers, people that are involved in electronics, people, innovators, those in humanitarian endeavors. If the North Node is in Libra, as an example, your mission and purpose may be tied in with art, or there's something, working in a legal field, such as being a paralegal, an attorney, a bailiff, a judge. It could be doing something with negotiation, arbitration, working as maybe even a marriage counselor or human resources, as some examples. Also, to disruptions and unexpected events, which is Uranus, may less likely have an adverse effect on the direction you need to go in, which is the North Node. Now, if the North Node is in Scorpio, as an example, in the direction you may feel you need to go in, maybe tied in with some kind of, investigation or working in forensics, deep research, embalming, working as a coroner, a surgeon, something involving transformation, or doing something with locksmithing or psychology, or even the occult, which includes astrology, as some examples. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Leonard saying stay.